Well, I just went down to AutoZone and ordered a crank kit for the Monte Carlo that I'm going to be putting the crank kit in. It ought to be here tonight about 7 o'clock. I got the rear main oil seal and the gaskets and all that. So Sunday I'm going to rip the engine out of the car and try to get that crank replaced and put back in and try to get that car back up and running before winter. That way I can park the Camaro. So I'll keep you updated once the crank gets here and we get started on it. Welcome back to the channel today, folks. Today we're going to start working on our 2000 Chevy Monte Carlo. Yeah, I got the crank ordered, the gasket kit ordered. We're going to get that ready to pull the engine out of it and get that installed. Winter time is here. I got to get that done so the Camaro doesn't get driven in the winter time in the snow. So my wife will be driving my truck and I'm going to be driving the Monte Carlo during the winter time. So let's get this moved into the garage and get started. All right, we got the car in the garage now, and let's start the tear down process of pulling the engine out of it. Went to AutoZone, got the rest of my parts that I needed to finish this install on this vehicle. Got diesel fuel in my heater. We can try to stay warm out here while we do this. So let me begin by taking the hood off. So, got the hood off, and I'm gonna start disconnecting the battery, take the air box out of it, start disconnecting some of my wiring, and we'll go from there. So, let me get some of this done, and I'll get back with you. Impact guy I got from Harbor Freight. It's a Bear or whatever you want to call it. This is gonna help speed up the process of taking this engine out of this car. So let me get to taking this thing apart. Have a box to put all these bolts and screws in, but pretty smart. I can memorize about where the bolts go. Let me get some of this stuff off and I'll get back with you here in a minute. On the coil packs, I'm going to number each one of these plug wires here according to the number on the pack. That way when I take them off, to get that wire out below it, that bolts right there. That way when I put them back on, I won't have a problem. So I'm going to use a little Sharpie here and I'm going to just mark them. As you can tell, they're all marked. That way there won't be no confusion onto where they go. And as you can tell, I still have a ways to go, but I do have quite a bit of it, the big bulky stuff, which makes it not look so much, but we'll keep on plugging and chugging. And if you just put your bolts and if you can put your bolts back in the holes, that way you don't lose them. As you can tell, I put them back here in the motor mount, and I put them back in the motor mount over there. But yeah, let me keep on plugging and chugging, as Steve says, and I'll give you another update here in a few minutes. Now I'm gonna give you an update here on the engine here, and I've come across a couple problems that I didn't know about until I got to it, but I don't know if y'all can see it, but right there I got some damage done to AC condenser, and when I was pulling my radiator out of the car, I noticed it was a little wet, and I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but it's cracked right down through here on the back of that thing. So now I gotta buy a new radiator. Since I have it out, I got I'm gonna buy a condenser too, put a condenser in it, get it all done. But I got one motor mount on the bottom, 3 bell housing bolts, 3 torque converter bolts, and the downpipe on the exhaust, and it'll be ready to come out. But I think within the next hour or so I should have it out on the ground and on the stand and see what kind of damage I've done to it. Hopefully it spun the bearing on the crank side and not the rod side. If it did, then I guess I'm going to have to find another 3.8 connecting rod and put in the damn thing, which means I'll have to pull the heads off of it, new head gasket and all that. I may debate, I may just find another motor that's running and whatnot. By the time I do all that, that may be too costly for me right now. But I'm gonna cross my fingers and hopefully it's on the crank side that it spun the bearing. And if so, I can take it all out, clean it up, put the new crank in there, put the new bearings in there, put it back together, put it back in the car, and go from there. So I'll keep you updated on it and see it, show you when I get it out, get ready to crack the oil pan and show you the damage.
It's been long, yeah. Do you have any?
Transmission fluid? Or?
Yeah.
Got it.
What's that? Bashed up?
Needs fluid in it. We had to run down to AutoZone and get some jack fluid. As you can see, my engine hoist, it's not working, must be low on fluid. Haven't used it in a couple years or so, so I tried to pull the engine out, wouldn't work. So let's go to AutoZone, get some fluid, come back, put it in, and let's get this engine out.
You
See here.
They got it straightened out. The only thing she's crying about, we live up in the country.
I think this ought to do to get the engine hoist back up. Let's go check out. Got my oil, so let's put some oil in this thing and hopefully it'll work. I don't know if this is the proper way to be doing this or not, but I've always done it this way. So some people say you have to stand them up and whatnot, fill them. So as you can see just from that, it's starting to spew out there a little bit. So let's get the plug back in there and wipe it down there. All right, let's try this. Hopefully it works this time. Well, I'm gonna call it a night. I had 4 bolts in the oil filter, whatever the oil filter thing. 4 bolts in the engine to come out. I forgot to take that off. So you stay tuned. For part 2, I'll have the engine out. We'll take the oil pan gasket off, or the oil pan off of it. We'll check out the damage, and if it's not too bad, we'll go ahead and install the new crank, and we'll see you on part 2.